Welcome back to another episode of Martin James Designs. On this episode, the bike is coming off the lift. We're going to get it off the lift. You're going to see it go for a test ride. Also, I'm going to be sealing up the gas tank center console, getting that sorted out, getting the Dakota Digital Gauge all programmed, and that primary cover that we had the issue with, it's finally getting resolved on this episode. So I figured we'll just get right to it. More snow. Today, I'm going to pull the primary cover off the Outcast, and I'm going to steal this primary cover right here. And then I'm going to head over to Dennis's and get them, get the new one powder coated, get that taken care of, and hoping to put it on the Outcast and get this bike basically complete with the exception of a few little deficiencies. So I'm going to shovel this driveway first and then get to it. Okay, I'm gonna start draining the primary fluid out of both bikes. Get them drained out, and I'll be removing that primary cover first because I want to get it down to Dennis's and get it powder coated. I'm gonna get going on that. Okay, I'm just gonna let the oil run down off of that so I can clean it out. Got that done. Because the bike was leaning, there wasn't a lot of oil that came out, so it was perfect. And I'm just gonna quickly lift the bike up and get the oil drained out of this primary cover. I'll probably just quickly remove it too, get it off the bike. Okay, primary cover's off. Gonna bring it the new one down to Dennis, and we're gonna get that powder coated. Okay, we're back in the powder coat shop. Dennis is just giving the primary cover a little clean, get the oil off of it, and we're gonna get this thing coated black. This came off that 2009 Dyna, and we'll get that put on the new bike. Okay, we just put this primary cover in the oven and are just heating all the oil and grease and everything off of it and give it one last clean just to make sure that there's no issues. And then we're gonna get to coating it.
I'm just gonna let it cool down a little bit first.
Okay, we got the primary cover ready to get the gloss black coating done, and I'm also going to powder coat this part here, the cam cover of just the cover plate, and I'm going to be doing a decal stencil on it later, so I'll get that black while we're at it. Got the primary cover back and it looks awesome. So I'll show you guys how it turned out. It turned out really nice. It's nice and smooth and glossy, even coat. So it worked out. So Dennis has the other primary cover. He's gonna work on stripping that thing down, and we'll figure something to do with that bike when the time comes, because that's the next one on the lift. But for now, this thing is going on the Outcast, and we're going to get this bike, all the small deficiencies done pretty quick. There's going to be an opening in the weather. There's still snow and rain on the ground, but if the ground's dry, I'm gonna get this bike on the road and do a test ride on it. So. Okay, I'm gonna torque the primary to 15 to 19 foot-pounds right now. I got it set at 16, so I'm gonna do that. There she is. Got the Barnett Clear inspection cover on, the derby cover. That looks good with the orange powder coated Harley orange bolts. I just have to paint the mid shifter, the spindle. I'm not going to take the whole inner primary cover off just to remove that in case I ever wanted to put it back to mid control. So I'll just paint that black. And the powder coat turned out really nice. That's how I wanted it to look originally. So looks good. I went ahead and powder coated the cam cover plate. Powder coated that black, so I'll just put that on there, make it look nice and clean. It's got the little Harley symbol on it. Okay, I've just pulled the center console back off because I gotta seal the gasket. I gotta put some gasket seal around it and get that back on there. And I also lost one of these back clips here. So I gotta go to Lordco and go grab some of those. So I'm gonna go get those parts. Okay, I'm back. Got some adhesive weather strip. That should work. And then I went and got some miscellaneous of these speed nuts. See what ones are gonna fit. And that's the guy that fits. Rubber seal went on nice. Just let the glue dry and just peel some of the existing glue off of it. Gonna get ready to get this Dakota Digital Gauge programmed. Okay, it's time to figure out this Dakota Digital Gauge. We're gonna try to learn how to program this thing. It's 17,000 like something.
Okay, so yes.
So
you're gonna have to turn the bike on, I think.
Go to speed?
Speed, yep.
Yeah, I can just do it.
And then go down to preset, auto.
Yeah, preset auto.
Okay, that's what you're gonna hold.
Yeah.
Currently selecting a speed. Is it in kilometers?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay, so 17,000.
Odometer preset. With preset display, press and hold the switch until release display release the switch. Is it going up?
Yeah.
To change flash number, press and release to desired number.
Okay, so I was gonna.
And then each time you hold it and release, it'll go to the next one. So when it's yes, now press and hold until release and release the switch.
Okay.
Exit setup.
Yeah.
Let's see, go back. Go. Cool. So you got kilometers and odometers.
So yeah, that's so
That's sweet.
Callie just gave me a hand programming the bike. So it was actually really easy to do the Dakota Digital Gauge, just had to read the instructions, but I picked the orange lighting. It had just under 17,000 kilometers, but just for the sake of the auto tuner, I set it at 17,000, so I know I can reprogram the computer at 250 kilometers. I had to switch the KMs because we live in Canada, and I got the time set and everything's ready to go. So it's super easy to work with. You can set all your trips, you can have your gear, time, speed, and you can move lines back and forth. So it can do a ton of things with a whole bunch of different colors and things like that. It tells you how much your percentage of your fuel is. Yeah, I might just do a how-to on this just because some of the instructions can get confusing, but it was pretty straightforward. All right. It was a big moment when I started it. That's always exciting, but now I'm going to take it for its first test ride. So I'm pretty stoked. I got the Thunder Max all dialed in, ready to go. I got the Dakota Digital Gauge all programmed. I just adjusted everything, went through all the bolts again. Fuel up, ready to go. So I'm going to pull this bike off the lift for the first time and see if I can give it a rip around the block. Okay, I'm ready. Man, she looks good. Just gonna take it for a quick rip around the block. Still don't have the rear brake light and the license plate holder. It's obviously not insured right now, so I'm just gonna give it a quick ride around the block. Make sure all the mechanics work on it. Still freezing out. tighten this. My handle fell off. Tighten that. I need to adjust the brakes. Those need to be adjusted. The front brake especially.
Did you figure that out on the hill?
No, I felt it on the way up. And everything else, it shifts great. It feels good. It's got tons of torque. It's got a ton of power. It's definitely fast. No, it feels really good. Just need some minor adjustments now. Get this last brake light put on. Get the signal, or the license plate holder put on. And I'll go over all the bolts one more time. And she's ready to go. We just need to get rid of the snow.
Successful lap around the neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked right now. It ran it like awesome. Just a few little minor adjustments I got to make, but as soon as the weather starts turning, I'm going to be able to be ripping this thing and start getting that auto tuner all dialed in. So I got to start putting kilometers on it. That's the next step. So okay, let's do a little walk around the bike. It's pretty much done. I just want to go over the deficiency list. It's actually just two really small things. We're missing the rear brake light and signal strip. That's going to be going on the underside here. This channel will be cut back where the wire runs, and it'll be sit nice and smooth along there. That should be here any day. I got to get that done. And then I also have to get the license plate holder in. There's a bracket here that I'm gonna make a custom bracket and license plate holder for that. So I just have to make the bracket up and powder coat it. And that's it. And the bike needs a good detail. Adjust the brakes a little bit. And it's done. It ran really good. Sounds amazing. It's definitely got a lot of power. Everything flows nicely. That rear fender, what chopped, looks really nice. All the orange details turned out nice. I love the Two Brothers Racing exhaust. It's super sick. It makes this bike like come together. It's a cool exhaust for this style of bike. Lead'em killed the paint. Totally did a good job. All blends so nicely. That clear air cleaner looks awesome with the clear derby cover on the other side. I finally got that cover on. That's what we did. Got that completed. Painted this. That was needing to get done. I got the bracket put on. That was welded and repowder coated for the forward controls. So finished that. I got the gasket done on the center console. That's all completed. And I programmed the Dakota Digital Gauge. So that's all done. What else? I had to do a few other little details. I had to find the bolt that I was missing for the shifter. That got completed. I found a black powder coated one already. Looked good. Primary cover, huge difference. That's what it was supposed to look like from the start. If you guys seen on the last video, I got mangled. We totally messed it up, but this one went on nice and super smooth. I just have to paint the spindle that for the mid shift. I wasn't going to take the inner primary cover off that. There was no point, because if I want to use mid controls again, it would be a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to paint that and tie it up so it doesn't rattle. The clear derby cover looks wicked. I like the clear look. It's cool how you can see in there. I just adjusted the rear wheel, got that all dialed in, and the bike it didn't pull in any direction. It rode really nice. So definitely need to bleed the brakes. Signals look awesome. Pretty cool. those burly chump bars give it that chopped look with the rear chopped fender. It's almost like a bobber style bike, but it's got a cool stance to it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I put a ton of work into this bike. I'm gonna keep it for a bit. I'm gonna ride it. All right, that's that. Pretty much completed the bike. I'm just gonna do one more maybe like follow-up episode when I get the rest of the parts done on there, like the rear brake light and the license plate holder. And then I'll probably put some videos out of the bike, doing a full tour around it, and obviously the first ride. So it's pretty much coming off the lift. The lift is empty right now. So as you can see, got nothing on there. I'm going to be bringing this 2009 right here on the lift next. I already got a full game plan and a design for it. I got some interesting news because I sold this bike already, and I'll tell you who bought it. And I'll be going over the whole design part and doing a full budget build on this one. It's going to be a street bob budget build, so you guys can follow along with that. And I'll just keep putting videos out. Thanks for watching.